to the world of colors. I'm Colors. Today we're going to be making Boo Hoo the ghost. He's a little gnome ghost and he is so frightened from his costume that he's crying out boo hoo. He's not quite sure he likes Halloween. And this is the 5th trick-or-treater gnome in a series I started last year in 2020. And I had these 4 gnomes last year in our trick-or-treater series: Frankie the Frankenstein, Boo the Ghost, Wendy the Witch, and the Bride of Frankenstein. All of these are videos that you can watch on my channel. And so today we'll be making the 5th trick-or-treater in that series, Boo Hoo. And I'll be back in a minute and I'll be telling you about the supplies that we're going to use. So what we're going to be using to make Boo the Ghost today is over here. I've got the Rust-Oleum Testors Craft paints I'll be using today. And I'm going to use the Stardust in the Glitter Burst series that they have here. I buy it by the box, the Glitter Burst paints. I order it on Amazon or buy it at Menards. And then we're going to be using the Stardust in that box. And then we're going to use French Vanilla and Coral Cove. And I'll be using these 3 paints in our project today. So then the next thing I want to tell you about is these Halloween lights, the skull lights that you get at Dollar Tree. We'll be using those. Some of these Jot gemstone stickers in gold. Some glitter ribbon. Now these both come from Dollar Tree as well. And then Park Lane at Joann's makes these knobs, and they're wooden knobs. They're 1.9 inches by 1.8 inches, and you can get those at Joann's. We'll be using that today, one of those today for the nose. And then for the felt, for the white fleece, we're going to be using a 10 by 10 inch piece for the hat, 2 of those, and then a 5 by 12 inch piece for the trick-or-treat bag, 2 5.5 by 9 inch pieces for the sleeves, and a 13 by 24 inch piece for the body. Then Dollar Tree also has these metal signs, the haunted, spooky, and beware signs. We're going to be using the spooky one out of here. A silver Sharpie marker, and some 7-inch rollers from Dollar Tree. We'll be using 2 out of the package from Dollar Tree. And then the beard and mustache. I don't normally have the extra mustache cut out that I glue onto here, but I wanted to really make his mustache stand out. So I'll be using a 6-inch by 7-inch piece for the beard part, and then adding the 1-inch by 4-inch pieces, 2 of those, to complete his mustache and beard today. And then we'll be using polyester fiber fill and our flat marbles, rubber bands, and our glue gun and glue sticks. So I'll be right back to start this project with you. What we want to do is make the body. So you want to take out your 13 by 24 inch piece of the white fleece to make the body. And what we want to do is go ahead and glue along the 13-inch side. It's folded in half, and then we'll just glue along the 13-inch side about 1/4 of an inch in. I'm going to try to use these long glue sticks and see how they work for me, because I'm so often having to reach for my glue sticks. I'm gonna let that set up and I'll be right back. So once this sets up, you want to go ahead and just pick it up and start gathering it together in your hands. Till you get it all bunched up like that. And take your rubber band and fasten that around. Get it all in there. And then you can turn it right side out like that. And you want it, this is how he looks when he's finished. This is what we're after, is that type of a nice bottom on him like that. So we'll just hold this a little bit to make sure it's even. Like that. And then you have kind of like a bag here. And you want to put your flat marbles in there in the bottom. And just space them all the way around. I'm making a circle of marbles around the stub down there. I think I'll put a few more in there. So after you do that, you want to fill it up with polyester fiber fill till you get to the top, and then just gather it back together and fasten it with the rubber band. And I'm going to do that and I'll be right back with you. So I've got this all filled up and fastened at the top, and I've got this little stub here at the top that I use to attach the nose by it, and it kind of gives me a direction of where I'm going, and have the little stub up here we're working with. And this, we have a seam in the back on this one. And the next thing we want to do is put the nose on. And I already painted the nose. This is what it came out. It turns out really nice if you take your wooden knob from Joann's and you just want to paint it with I use the Testors Craft Paints by Rust-Oleum, and I used on this one, I used French Vanilla and Coral Cove, and I mixed them to get this color here that I wanted, a little bit lighter than the Coral Cove, to get this color. And then after it dried, I put the Glitter Burst and Stardust on, a couple coats of that on the nose, and that's how it turned out like this. So that's your Testors Craft Paints by Rust-Oleum. And we're going to attach the nose now. Keep the seam right here in the middle on the back, and then find your spot just in front of the stub on this one. We're going to glue it right there. Just about an inch, half an inch, about a half an inch out from the stub. We'll glue it right there, and we'll let that set up. So now you want to take out your 6 by 7 inch beard piece, and we're going to get that attached to our nose area, down below our nose. So what I'm going to do is take the beard piece, and the first thing we'll do is round off the corners so it's not so square by just putting a little glue on the corner here, a little V shape of glue, and folding that up. And then you just want to fold it in half here at the top and cut a little 1-inch slit at the top there. Maybe even a little bit bigger than that since we're working with such a large nose. And then we're just going to put it right around the bottom of the nose and pull it up like that. And we'll glue that right in place, centering it on that seam in the back. I kind of push it towards the stub. Want to make sure everything goes underneath the hat good. So I'll glue the other side. And then just kind of take your comb. I use a comb like this with the pick at the end, and just pull out your mustache area like that. And then we're going to take those two pieces that are 1 by 4 inch and put those in place. We'll just glue those right underneath the side of the nose right there, like that, on both sides. Put those in place. Get it right underneath there, like that. I'm going to do the other side and I'll be right back with you. So it's what we got the mustache on there like that, and then I sprayed a little hairspray and fluffed it up a little bit. So that's how it looks so far. What we want to do next is a hat. So you take out the two 10 by 10 inch pieces of the white fleece and we'll make the hat. What I did was I took the tops, I lay them together like that, and then take the tops and fold them in half and mark your center. And I marked my center right there. And then what you want to do is take your scissors and start at the corner. Down here at the corner, and cut towards that dot that you put in the middle. Like that. And do the other side. Like that. And then what we'll do is we'll glue the two pieces together. Just going about a 1/4 of an inch all the way up. Now I'm going to do the other side and let it set up. So I let it set up and then I turned it right side out. So this is where we're at. And we want to go ahead and put some polyester fiber fill in it. And you want to put one of your rollers from the Dollar Tree. We just need one out of this package of 6. And that goes in there as well. Get that up there to the top. Now I'm going to write words on this after it gets attached. So I want it to be kind of plump, so I can be able to write the words. So then we want to take it and position it right over the nose like that. The seams to the side. Get it centered on that seam in the back. And then we'll glue it in the middle to the top of the nose. So then we want to put some glue at the top of the nose right here. It's kind of towards the back. And just get your fleece right down on that. And we'll let that set up for a few minutes and then we'll glue the sides. We have to leave room for the arms. The arms are going to still be going in here. So I'll be right back with you. So I'm letting it set up right here at the nose still. But I wanted to tell you that I'm going to drop some glue right underneath the seams here on the sides. And then I'll glue it in the middle and the back. And we're going to put the arms in right behind where the seams are on this one. So I'm going to be getting that glued and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so we've got the head all glued on. I wrote the boo-hoo on here with a silver marker. And we're ready to make the arms. So you want to take out your two 5.5 by 9 inch pieces of white fleece. And we'll just fold them over like that. And we're going to glue 1/4 inch in. And fold that over. I'm going to do that with the other one. We'll let those set up and I'll be right back. So you want to take your sleeve that you've got glued, it's all set up now, and turn it the right side out. Best you can here. And then we want to put some polyester fiber fill in there. And then you just want to fill it up, go to the other end and work on filling it from that end. Almost done. Then is what you want to do is to fit your roller in there and just take it along the seam in there so you can get it in there. I'm going to pull that roller up to the top here. So then take your rubber band and fasten that up. This will be the part that will glue into the body. Like that. Just fold it with the seam going on to the inside, and then we're going to glue. We're not going to put hands on the ghost. We're just going to go ahead and glue the ends of the sleeves, which are going to be holding onto the sign. A little spooky sign. So I've got the other arm made. I put that together. You want to go ahead and get these glued in, and just want to glue them right behind the seam here on the hat. We'll glue them right in there with the seam of the arm going towards the body, and just glue them in there. So get another long glue stick. You want to put a little bit of glue on both sides. And just pop it in right behind the seam like that. And then just hold it till it sets up. And I'll do the other side too, and I'll be right back with you. Got the glitter ribbon around the hands, the black glitter ribbon from Dollar Tree. I put around both the bottoms of the sleeves, and ready to put on the metal spooky sign that came from the Dollar Tree. And we're just going to glue those on the front of the sleeves here like this. And I'm going to let that set up. Once I get it glued on, I'll let that set up. So I'll let you do yours, and I'll be right back with you. Now is what we want to do. We've got the spooky sign glued on, and we're going to make the trick-or-treat bag. So you take the 5 by 12 inch piece of white fleece, and it's folded in half, and you just want to go ahead and glue the sides together. I'm going to go ahead and get this glued together, and I'll be right back with you. So what you want to do is take it once you've got the sides glued and it's cooled off, and turn it right side out. And then you're going to turn it down like that. At that point, I'll write trick or treat on it. like that. I use my silver Sharpie, and then we'll just put some polyester fiber fill on there. Make it look like they got some candy. Little Boo-hoo got some candy. That should be good. Then we just glue that shut. And as soon as that sets up, we're going to glue it right up underneath this sleeve. Glue it on the sleeve and the back of the sign. And I'll let you do yours and I'll be right back with you. So we got the trick-or-treat bag glued on there. And the next thing I'm going to do is glue a bell to the top of his hat. I got the bell from the Thanksgiving door hangers that they have at Dollar Tree right now. This one has a black bell from a Halloween door hanger. And I couldn't find the Halloween door hangers yet this year, so I'm using a gold bell from the Thanksgiving door hangers. So that's where the bell came from. And then we'll just put a little glue on the tip of his hat and very carefully glue that on there. I'm not actually touching the glue. I'm just laying the ribbon into it and letting it set up. So let me do that, and that'll take a couple minutes and I'll be right back with you. I got the bell set up there, and I put the little black ribbon that matches the wrist ribbon, tied that piece around there on the hat. And the last thing that we need to do is put the skulls on the hat. And we want to take the skull lights from Dollar Tree and just pop off the tops of the lights is what we're going to use on the hat. And I'll show you how. Just cut off that little stem part that comes off with your craft scissors like that. And then you want to take and put some of these gemstones from Dollar Tree in the eyes. Not that many. In the eyes. Like that. Now, I got this idea, first of all, to use the Halloween lights and cut them up, or pull the tops off, from a friend of mine who does this with her crafts. And also the idea to put the jewels in the eyes from her as well. She's very talented and makes beautiful things, and so I borrowed that idea from her. So you just want to glue the skulls all over the hat like that, and just glue them all over like I've got on this one. And I'll do this hat and I'll be right back. So this is how Boo-hoo looks all finished. A cute little trick-or-treater gnome, the 5th in our series. And I really like the idea of putting the jewels in the skull, and I wanted to share with you the gift that my friend made me. She's so talented. This is what the wreath is that she made me, with the skulls that have the jewels in them, that inspired me to do Boo-hoo's hat like that. And I just wanted to show that to you, and I say thank you to Cammie. Okay, so if you like this video, make sure to like, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe.